All right, everybody, welcome into A Reel and a Beer. It's our weekly Mayans MC review. We are up to episode number 8. Eight-ish. It's called Rata. Basically, it's called Rat.
Which we see in the first little bit.
We don't see it as it starts. It actually shows up in a flashback EZ has. So now, the show, this one just didn't deliver like it has been.
No, it wasn't not a lot of excitement at all in this one.
It's been the series has been going like it started here and just took off. This one was kind of, you could tell, like it just seemed like it's filler material to get you to something else big that's coming.
Yeah,
it's like leveled off.
Too much of the feds in this one, and it kind of just played the entire show.
It reminds you a lot of the damn when they went to Ireland, Sons, when it was just the priest would sit around and talk.
Yeah, just mild talking. Yeah, the mild talking just seems like, and then we got our buddy Potter, who's the weirdest guy on the planet. He's just too much talking from him, and that can about put anybody to sleep. So,
and he's just doing all these weird bodily functions.
He's a weird cat.
Drinking his drinks and just
drinking his chocolate milk. He's a chocolate milk drinker.
So to get to some of the meat and potatoes, this one's not gonna run that long. We're gonna hit some stuff and get in and get out. They obviously arrested Glendo. Well, they also end up arresting Emily. Emily is in for questioning. Potter basically comes in, and I'm trying to look for the words here. Rescues her because she is getting hammered by these other agents. I can't remember the guy's name. The guy who basically crushed the deal on was wanting to crush the deal on EZ is in there trying to use her as leverage and
they're kind of playing the good cop, bad cop, even though he says they're not.
He said they're not, but they are.
Yeah.
He basically comes in there and kind of saves her, and then tries to gain her trust by saving her. And she basically tells him to fuck off. I mean, she don't even fuck with him.
One cool thing about this one scene in this is how we actually get a little bit of backstory of what has actually happened to Potter from the time that he actually left the Sons of Anarchy show and his swift disappearance of the show, and then he comes in to where we see him now. So at least we get a little bit of backstory about what's happened to him and where he's been for the past 8 years.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. And he even mentions the Sons of Anarchy and basically had them dead to rights, about to bring them in, and then somebody up over his head comes in and says, "No, we need these Irish guns to continue to do what they're wanting to do with the Glendo family." That whole plan, which we had seen unfold in Sons of Anarchy. Now, a little bit of good cop, bad cop on down the line. They skip around and they leave that scene. Thank God. Mm-hmm. Jesus Christ. Then we get to where few things happen in the show, nothing real major. Something really major is Letty actually admits to EZ that she was lying about basically her grandmother beating her ass.
Yeah, a little too late though,
Yeah, it's too late. The bruises and stuff like that, she said that she did them to herself, and that his grandmother didn't do it. And then you could tell on EZ's face, he just had that, well, shit, like he knew. Yeah. He knew that was bad news, bud.
One good thing though, she did heal pretty quickly. And that one day.
That's what she did.
She did, like one day of
she might have some Captain America serum in her.
She might do it. I'm about to ask X about that.
Yeah, dude. So then you actually see EZ drive over there to go to Coco before, which he already knew something was bad had happened, but he went over there and had a deep conversation with Coco. And not going to get into that too much. I mean, you could tell it was a really deep conversation they were having. You can tell them two's got some major trust with each other. They trust each other. And basically, Coco says, "Hey man, as soon as the sun goes down, I'm taking her out there and burying her."
Yeah.
That's what he says.
A really kind of deep conversation with them, while they're smoking and just kind of sitting there with a dead body. But a lot of
they're smoking weed.
Yeah, they're smoking weed, man.
It opens your mind.
It does. Opens your mind up, I guess. I don't know. I've never been there. But either way, really weird little series of events while they're sitting around her. And, they're getting a phone call, so they have to kind of return back to the clubhouse. So
something majors went down. They're basically making a ruling on Riz, and they need a full table to do it. So Coco has to be there. EZ basically thought it could be something else in a panicky type mode. He ends up having to come over there too, which we'll get to in a little bit. Now, skipping on over, they go back to the interrogations of
Mr. Weird Al Yankovic.
Mr. Potter. And just
That dude right there is the weirdest guy I've ever seen, man. I don't know if I can get over it. It's like it was like a boring forensic show to me on this episode.
yeah. So Potter, we're sitting here watching the episode. And we're all just kind of like, okay, it's just kind of going on. All of a sudden, Potter starts leading into these words and events that basically says he's wanting to team up with them, kind of like the Resistance did. Like he's wanting to join forces with them. And I'm sitting here thinking, now how the hell's Galindo going to pull this off? But I tell you how he said he's going to pull it off. He looks him right in his eyes and tells him to fuck off.
Yep.
He says either charge me or release me, period. Let me get the fuck out of here. And basically Potter had told Emily from the gate they don't have enough stuff to keep him.
Mm-hmm.
And so he had to release him. That ends up happening later on. So now, we're going to fast forward for a minute, and you know Riz is in some deep shit.
Mm-hmm.
And they make a ruling kind of, what was it they said? He can...
Basically, they can pull his ranking. That was one of them that they were talking about.
He was going to be secretary no more, basically, what they're saying.
And,
or if he was, they were going to keep...
like 10% of the, yeah.
What now?
He gets the full patch.
Yeah,
But they took
patch.
10% of the money and his privileges were taken away.
Yep.
So he could lose, the money from that. He says it's not his money. So that's what upset him even the most, especially that his own brothers didn't step up and take a little bit of heat off of him. So
and then
they all voted against him.
They actually had a fight scene which was set up by the whole table, I guess, with him and Angel in a damn octagon out in the damn. It was very reminiscent of Jack's in Ireland.
Mm-hmm.
When they were just doing, hand-to-hand combatant street fighting out in the middle of the street. Of course, Jax took his shirt off, so the ladies...
I'm going to give the ladies a little...
He wanted to get this... You want to comment on that? She's just
I
over
didn't
here.
see that episode.
Oh, you didn't?
No, I didn't.
You're over here smiling. She's about to get... Her little thumbs are Googling it.
Just to Google it. Look it up on YouTube.
But yeah, it's a pretty cool episode. This was a cool fight. I mean, it's probably the best part of the show, really. I mean, like, him and Angel, they actually went at it for a while. And finally, Bishop, was like, hey, man, put a stop to this shit. That's enough, And Bishop would tell they both had had enough. I mean, they was beating the shit out of each other.
Yeah.
Which, remember those scars that Angel had on him and that blood, because we're going to talk about something in a minute. All right. So then, as Galindo and Emily are walking out of the police station, weird fuck is up on a balcony watching them drinking chocolate milk, of course. B, Emily basically tells Galindo himself, he says, I'm sorry. She kind of cuts him off for once and said, no, we're in this together. I'm tired of this shit. You can tell she's had enough of it.
And it's the first time we really got to see how much they're on the same page.
First time ever, right?
Yeah. Because they seem like they've just been at it the entire show, up and down, highs and lows. Well, I guess it's a marriage, but finally you get to see how unified they really are.
Yeah, she's had enough, and Galindo actually says, they're about to see how it is to get the script flipped on them. I've got 2,000 forgotten soldiers just waiting for the devil to take command. And I was like, after the previous show, I mean, we already know who he's talking about.
Yep.
So, I mean, just the thought of, it sounds like he's fixing...
He's finally picked his side.
Yeah.
Kind of get to see it.
What?
He signed the deal.
What are you talking about he signed the deal?
Yeah, he signed the deal, but I mean, yeah,
That's
we're
what she was
right.
mad about. He signed the deal.
No, but what he just said, that's the whole part of him saying we're about to flip the script on them. That's what he said, we're going to flip the script on them. That's why he said that.
He's showing that we're going to, they made
It's
the
like
deal.
they think
but
they
then
got me,
he's
but I'm fixing
yeah.
to flip the script, so the point.
Just because he made the deal with them on the books doesn't mean that he's going to hold to the deal.
Do you want to? Okay. So then, as they're loading up Coco's mom into the back of a car, and they're about to take her off into the desert barrier, there's a rat, which is the name of the show, runs across, I think it's Angel's foot, and as he's throwing her, they're throwing her big ass that got knocked with a damn roundhouse right from hell, completely out. They're throwing her big ass up into this trunk. Her leg like hits the damn tail light and busts the tail light out. You're thinking, first thing you think when a busted tail light's what?
Cops are gonna pull him over, bust the tail light.
Guess what happens?
Cops pull him over, bust the tail light.
But
So
the good news is, it's Frank Rogan, the cop that they know is a local. He's coming up to the car first, on from the right hand side. They're like, shh, thank God, it's Frankie. All of a sudden, Barney Fife, rookie, gets out of the left side and is walking up to the other side of the car. And you're like,
this guy's,
oh God. And this dude leans in and he's got this camera line about this far from Angel's face. And he goes, oh, what happened to your face? Tell him what he says.
what's gonna happen to you if you get that damn line on my face?
So they're trying to big boy because they think, hey, we got this covered, you know.
Yeah.
This dude starts in with his gung ho, fresh out of the damn police academy shit. Hey, get out of the fucking car. He looks in the back, sees rope and shit, and he gets him out. And then Frankie basically says, no, man, let them up, dude. This is stupid, man. I know these guys are good guys. You're overreacting. And then he's not having it. He throws him the cuffs and no, you're going to cuff him.
Mm-hmm.
He starts going immediately to the trunk and he pops the fucking trunk. And then what does he find?
Finds the dead body of Coco's mom, and then there it is. It cuts. You know.
You hear him calling in and you're thinking, you know, hey, he's going to call it in. No, he's not going to call it in. No, he called it in. And the next episode, just to confirm, we were all debating whether he really called it in or he get hit in the head or something. No, next episode, it shows him behind bars. So then it cuts, episode goes off. Overall, one of the worst episodes. I mean, it's just filler material, in my opinion.
Yeah. Not a lot of excitement, just the next step to the next show. So, you know.
Like Porter.
No. No.
Well, I mean, it's just,
To me, it's just like watching CSI.
CSI weirdo.
Yeah, CSI weirdo is just a weird guy.
I got anything else?
Forensic
You got
show.
anything else?
I ain't got anything else.
We normally more energetic. I mean, the show's still a great show. This don't ruin the season. It's just, it's a filler material. I mean, it's a Rocky 3, you know what I'm
That's
saying?
right. But we'll always welcome some input. Anything maybe you might have seen that we didn't. Maybe you enjoyed it better than we did.
Yeah, maybe we're missing something out that we should be more hype about, or you seen something behind the scenes or something that caught your eye. Please hit the comments and let us know. Also, please hit the subscribe button. Please hit the bell for the notifications. We upload new videos, you'll get the notifications. This is a Real and Beer. We are out.